Good morning, friends of the internet. We are back again in the Farming Sim 15 on the Xbox One. We are in the middle of the massive potato harvest. That doesn't look like much of a crop, but it is. That's the actual crop. Look at that. It looks pretty ugly, doesn't it? Almost looks like a withered field. Okay, so we're in the middle of trying to get a bunch of crap done here. Like I said, we had some corruption a couple episodes ago with one of our footages. So we're in hustle mode trying to get everything back up to snuff here. So we need to find this other tractor. Where is he? Is this him? Nope, this ain't him. It's this guy here. Okay, he's not quite done. So what we're going to do, I think, is put the seeder on that other guy possibly. Where is he? This guy. He's almost done, so he's got one more run. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll put that seeder on this guy. We'll get him doing his thing. Do we need to fertilize this? Almost looks like we need to, huh? See, I don't know, because I was playing the same world yesterday, or a different world yesterday, but the same map. So I'm like all confused of where I am with everything. So I feel like I'm like lost today in this recording. I'm like, wait, didn't I just fertilize this field? No, it was on the other map. You know, so it's like, I'm like all Twitter-pated right now. So we're going to go ahead and let this guy do his thing. He's going to be done. Looks like the one guy's still seeding the field. That guy's still doing his thing. So everybody looks like they're doing their work. We got a bunch of guys out there working for us right now. Let's take a look at this here real quick. So see, we still don't own field 18, which is a pretty large field for us. We should consider buying number 18, and that will tie our 10, 11, 17, 16 into 21, 19, and 20. I think that's going to be a good field. So here's what I did on my other world, and I think I'm going to plan on doing this on this one. Right now, we're not in a predicament of having this problem, but 15 is where we're planting all of the windmills. Okay, eventually that field is going to be overrun with windmills. So what I did in my other world is I went and cleared field 9 because I had it planted with a crop, and I'm using field 9. So field 9, we need to run up and figure out what the cost of that is, and find out where it kind of stands, because I think that's what we're going to have to do is we're going to go up there and put windmills on it, but that's a long ways away. But field 9 is where we're going to plant grass and put the other section of windmills, because it's like about double what field 15 is, so we can put a lot of windmills on it. And it makes it easier having, I think, field 9 and maybe even 3 and 7, 8, 9, all those are windmills, because I find this lower section is where I like to gravitate to play. I don't like to get over in fields 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. They're like 5 and 6 especially. They're just like little piddly crops. I find myself down here in 19, 20, 21, and 18 seem to be like that's where I kind of like feel comfortable playing all the time, because that's where most of the resources are. Like over here, we've got all the cattle are right here and whatnot. So it's kind of a crazy little thing. Another thing I started to do too was deal with sheep in the other world, and I can kind of show you how to run some sheep. I think we got most of the equipment. We just got to buy like maybe, I think all we got to buy is maybe a loading wagon. Oh no, we got to buy a loading wagon and a trailer to move it. Oh, and a forklift. Yeah, we better not get into sheep just yet. I'll eventually show you sheep. Sheep you don't make a lot on. It doesn't seem like it yields a lot, but I had the extra capital to go ahead and do it on my other world, so I figured what the heck, I would do it. And it just kind of is what it is. So I think what I'm going to do now that I think about this, because I don't think this is fertilized. I really don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go dump this cultivator off. We're going to grab the fertilizer. We're going to throw it on this field. Then we're going to go grab the quad track that's finished up plowing the other field. We're going to dump the plow, and we're going to stuff it on behind this fertilizer unit here. Because that way we can get it fertilized and seeded at the same time, because this clearly hasn't been fertilized from the looks of it. Now remember, we do have a lot of silage too that we could, or not silage, but slurry from the silage production that we did that we could actually utilize too, but we'd have to buy, or do we own we already own a tank, don't we? We already own 2 tanks. Let's look into that. I think we do. I think we already got 2 tanks, so we could actually utilize those on here if we wanted. It's not that efficient though, man. I'm telling you, it's like I played around with the slurry again yesterday on my other world, and it just doesn't seem practical to me. I even went back and tried a sprayer, and the sprayer just is the really wide sprayer that like unfolds to like half of this field's width. It just didn't seem like it did it for me either. So I don't know. I guess I should just stick to what works for us. I was just kind of basically, since I had so much capital, I was going ahead and experimenting with different things. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to dump this right up here. Park it right about there. Okay, let's back this bad boy up. Go throw him on this field. We're fertilizing the field. All right, let's go right here. Boom, get him going. Just like that. Okay, let's jump into this guy's doing his thing. Potato guy probably needs to be unloaded. Where are you, my friend? There you are. Go ahead and get this guy unloaded. And cue the potatoes. All right, let's go. Where is the other quad track? Where are you? There you are. You're stuck. What's up here, pal? What are we doing? What you doing, kid? What is going on over here? Well, I hope this ain't going to be a problem. Okay, let's grab this guy. He's done. Let's lift this up. Let's take this back over here, and we're going to dump it off, and we're going to grab this other sow machine. And I'm just going to leave this parked right there. And we're going to grab this. Pick this up. Let's see. Let's look at our crops first before I get too far here. Let's look at here. Okay, so wheat. We're doing canola right now. We already got barley, so let's stay on the wheat, which it's set at. Okay, perfect. Let's get this guy planting this field. And he won't catch up with this guy, so this will be good. And then all we got to do is send that fertilizer down all the other fields. Let me back this guy up a little bit here. And bada boom. Like that. Perfect. Okay. So once that fertilizer guy's done with this field, we'll go ahead and we'll move him down to the other field, and everything will be Gucci. All right. So potatoes were being unloaded last we checked. Yeah, so he's done. Okay. Let's look at this guy. Okay, he's right here. And this guy's about half done on this field. And this combine. Okay, and he's at 60%. So we're pretty much caught up right now, aren't we? Let's go ahead and dump some more of this in case it needs to go. Boom. Nope, we're good. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do is, since we're sitting here waiting, I'm going to grab a couple more bales and toss into that fertilizer or that feeder and break it up. That way we have plenty of hay in there when we come over here to do this. That way we can just like pop in there. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do was check for the tanks too. I wanted to check for the slurry tanks because I think we bought 2 of them. Let's grab this guy. Oh, easy. Easy does it. Easy stack. Easy. Easy. It's like a big pool of Jenga, ain't it? There we go. Pick that like this. Yeah, let's go dump this into this wagon over here. That way it's filled up and ready to roll. I had round bells on my other world, and I got rid of that thing in a heartbeat. I had like 15 round bells left, and I kept throwing them in this thing to shred them up. I was like so done with it. Sold the tractor, everything. I was like, get rid of this thing. Sold the baler. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's tip this forward a little. There we go. Slide this bad boy like such. And then we'll slowly go down. Bloop, bloop. Just like that. Okay, she's topped off, ready to roll. Park this bad boy over here. Over here like a such. Okay, let's go check to see those tanks. I believe we have them. We just don't have semis for them. Where's the loader at? Yep, there they are right there. I thought we did. So we got 2 of these things, and I believe both of these are filled up. And these are the spreaders. Yeah, these are the spreaders. So both of these bad boys are filled up, and I believe this tank's completely filled up. Yeah, those are the spreader ends. And this tank is completely filled up, right? Let's look. Yep, so it's completely filled up. So we could actually utilize that to spread some stuff too. But we would have to go and either buy another truck or utilize the trucks that we actually have. Which right now we're not using any. So, I mean, we could grab like one of these here. We actually have 2 of them. Grab this bad boy. We'll take it over there. And we can start him fertilizing like one of the small fields. One of the smaller fields. They just go through slurry so fast. That's the problem with these things. But we'll hook him up and let him do his thing. Slurry's kind of like it's kind of like it was with the cultivator slurry tank. It's keeps going even though that there's nothing there. It's like a weird glitch that they actually have. This game has. So it allows you to continue to spread slurry when there's really none left in the tank. So you never really, unless you're babysitting it every couple of minutes, you never really realize that it's out, which causes a problem because you're never really using your slurry that you have. So let's take this bad boy over here and we'll put it on one of these fields. And we'll let this just like use some of this up. Just to get rid of some of this slurry. Let's go right here. Like this. Hire this guy. And this is all it does. Basically just squirts that out on there. Now this guy will continue to go even though that this tank runs to 0. It's kind of a weird thing. Now, is it draining out of the main tanks? I don't know. We know that that one tank is completely filled up. What we should do, let's do this. Let's check this tank. Let's see how much is in this tank here. So this has about 51% in it. Okay. So with us knowing that, we'll know if it drops below 51% and 100%, then we'll know that that machine is drawing from there. This guy's almost done with that field. Let's get these potatoes undone out of this guy. Figured he had to be filled up. So let's go over here. There we go. Get them spuds in there, boy. All right. So, yeah. So we'll have to just kind of maintain that and see what happens to see if it actually uses slurry from those tanks. So 51 and 100% is what we're at. Okay. We're completely loaded here. We need to go dump this, let that guy get back to work, and then we'll go check a couple of those planters because they should be close on this one field to getting hung up. That one might be hung up on a tree again. Speaking of, I forgot to look. All right, let's back this bad boy up. Oop. Come on, back it up. Back it up. Beep, 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 beep. Psh, there we go. All right, while that unloads, I'm going to go check on this other guy. Okay, this guy's still spreading. See, 40%. We'll come back to him and I'll show you. This guy's still doing the corn, so he's not hung up like I thought he would be. This guy is still seeding this field. The fertilizer's still going on that field. So let's go back to this guy really quick. So you can see we've made one pass, and we're working on pass number 2 on this little narrow field, and we're already down to almost 20% of what's in this tank. So you can see slurry doesn't really go that far. So the thing with slurry is you almost have to have these things here. Where is, oh, slurry tanks right here. So you almost have to have, like, this is what we have spreading right now, right? You almost have to have these big tanks. And you, what's the capacity? 25. So 25,000 is a capacity. 30,000 is a transport one. Okay, this transports from location to location. So literally I can take this, or let me rephrase that. I can take this big tank here. I can actually park it next to the fields that I want to fertilize, take this tank, transfer it into those as another storage location. And then I can actually drive up with this and fill off of this one. Which is okay. I don't have a problem doing that, but it's just like a lot of work still. Like I'm like transporting, I've got to buy this, and then I got to buy that, and I got to transport this to this, and then I got to drive this over to this, and I got to fill it up, and then, oh, I'm out, so I got to take this and then reload that, or I got to take this drive back to the main tank. It's like, it's a lot of work. That's why I try to stay away from slurry. Now this one, I like the idea of it because it's part of the IT runner, and we can just, it's like an extra unit that we can use on the trailer, which is awesome. But it's only 15,000, as you can see, and 25,000 ain't even getting this, but a pass and looks like maybe 2 passes on this field. So could you imagine going 1 pass on this and having to go refill and then turn around and go and refill again? And we got to make 6 passes on this field. So you got to fill that tank 6 times. That's where the slurry just does not seem practical to me, where I can put a fertilizer tractor on the field and have him just do his thing, take him off, put him on the next field, do his thing, take him off, put him on the next field, do his thing, and it's done. I don't have to like buy all this extra equipment or anything. But as you can see, we're at 3%. Now watch. It'll go to 0, and it just keeps spreading. So it works like the regular fertilizer machine. Now I think the fertilizer is actually costing us money there as well. So my question is it costing me money to spray the fertilizer or to spray the slurry? Or is it actually, because let's stop and see that number up there in the corner, how fast it's going? Let's see if it makes a difference when I stop this. Whoop, push the wrong button, hold on. Okay, so it's going, we're going to dismiss the worker, watch that time. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like it's still going at the same rate. See that? And we can start him right back up with no avail. So I'm not 100% sure on how this system's working like this, if it's actually drawing from it or not. Let's go over and look in our tanks really quick. Okay. Let's look in this one down here. Okay, let's run down here. We're going to look at this really quick and see where we're at. still filled up. And this one was at what, 51? So it still looks the same. So it's not pulling from those slurry tanks. So see what I mean? You're not using up the slurry. You're just allowing it to continue on doing its thing. And see, we've already like done this field. Now you can see how the cost is here on this field, let's say, okay? You can see the dollar amount and how it's going at a pretty steady clip. Now watch what happens when we do this. See how it goes up way faster? It's actually charging me for the fertilizer, which I have no problem with because I'm paying for the fertilizer if I have to drive all the way over there and fill it up. But since I don't, it's just charging me automatically, which I'm okay with. Like I said, I'm completely okay with. The problem that I face is with the slurry is it's not charging. It's just, or using anything. It's just there. It's just doing its thing, which is kind of silly if you ask me. We got to turn this around here. So that's where I kind of struggle with the slurry. I kind of feel like, you know, it is kind of, oh, I didn't realize that I had to do the edge right there. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like not really, it feels a bit cheaty to me because yeah, you're not paying for it and you're not using up what you have. You know what I mean? So it's like, it does feel a bit cheaty. And like I said, but I would have to babysit that thing like every 2 passes on this little bitty field. Now, granted, this field's now fertilized. The other field's going to be fertilized, but you can see the other field's almost fertilized with just the tractor. So it's almost, I feel like, more worthwhile for me to take and buy another tractor and a fertilizer than another truck and trailer and the whole 9 yards. So I don't know. I'll have to experiment with it a little bit more. I think basically this is more like just for immersion in the game. I don't think it's really practical for what we're doing to kind of be productive. I don't think it's a very productive system. But, you know, if you wanted to just play around and have fun with it, I still think it's an okay system. I mean, it makes it feel like you're doing a little bit more, but cost effective wise for the time and effort that it takes to deal with it, I think is a little much. But again, we're getting to a point where we're not going to be using silage anymore. So that slurry will not be made quite as much as it was in the past. Like, we'll still have cows producing slurry, but the tank itself, the slurry tank, or the slurry tank from the silage will not get filled up as much either. So now basically all we do is we just come back in here, we pull our tank up alongside this. You see it'll say press RB to fill. We'll start filling and it can just do its thing and it'll fill right back up. But with that being said, guys, I got to end this episode. I got to turn this freaking thing off. I really wish they would change this on the next one on Farming Sim 17. I hope they don't have the big old distracting help menu in the corner. So with that being said, guys, I got to go ahead and end this episode. Like I said, I'm going to spend some time, I think, off camera and try to get some more silage built back up in here. I'm trying to get this filled up as much as I can. I'd like to get a full thing of silage fermented and ready to go. So if we do run across that time again, because we actually still had like 9 hours left in silage for the higher demand and price, but I had no more silage left for us to make money. So I just did what I could. That's why like I said, we got 2.2 million. It's because I just spent the time to just clear out both of those bins. So, but then we still had 9 hours left and no more silage. So I don't want that to happen again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill one bin completely entirely full as backup. And then we'll start doing a couple other bins just for our own practical use if we need some extra cash. But with that being said, guys, I got to end this episode. It's getting a little cloudy here on the farm. It looks like the sun's getting blocked by some of these clouds here. It looks like it's going to rain. A little storm front maybe moving in. So it's about time to get off the fields, get inside where it's nice and warm, chill out, have a little supper, and relax. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. That way you know when we're posting new YouTube content and we're live streaming. you haven't checked us out on Twitch or YouTube Gaming, come hang out, be part of the audience. If you're new to those channels, smash those follow buttons. So until next time, guys, we'll see all your faces later. Thanks so much, guys, for checking out my video. If you enjoyed that video, hit that thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe for future videos.